Hello and welcome to Dedicated to Wrestling. Hope you enjoyed WWE Fastlane last night. I wish I could say I did, to be honest. There was some matches that I thought were excellent. The Cruiserweight title for me was actually the best match on the card. I don't want to go into my full feelings basically on the subject of this video, which is Kevin Owens being squashed in around 21 freaking seconds to Goldberg to lose his Universal Championship. But that is going to be the subject of this video, as well as getting on to Rusev, which I imagine people will be less interested in, but still interested to know why he got buried also. Regarding Kevin Owens and Goldberg, around a month ago when this match was floating about and people knew this was going to happen, the rumour was that we were going to get a less than 10-minute match. He wouldn't be squashed as much as Brock Lesnar was. Yeah. If you would have seen Fastlane last night, as soon as the bell rang, Chris Jericho's music hits, to which Kevin Owens got distracted, speared, jackhammered, and he lost. All in that 21 seconds, Kevin Owens loses to Bill Goldberg. If you were wondering why exactly it was so short and why he was squashed in such emphatic fashion, well, the belief is that the match was booked short entirely because the company didn't want to risk any injury to Goldberg given his age, and that they don't want him going into WrestleMania for his match against Brock Lesnar with an injury. The other reason has to do with the company being afraid to put on a bad match. Now, of course, as you'll know, it's well documented that Goldberg, he's not the best in terms of performing long matches. Even when he was in his prime of that undefeated streak, most of his matches were only 5 minutes or less. So they were very worried about having an extremely awful main event that people would just basically shit on. Obviously, logically, the finish they did, I guess, was the best finish they could possibly have done, storyline-wise at least, going into WrestleMania. It now sets up Goldberg versus Lesnar for the Universal title and Jericho versus Owens for the United States title. I will be interested to know if Kevin Owens gets his rematch. I mean, he should invoke his rematch and not just ignore it like some people have done in the past. I'm interested to know basically if he'll get squashed in the same kind of fashion. Hopefully not. Like I said, I'm not going to go into my feelings on this because I could be here on a 20-minute video. All I'll say is the decision to squash a guy like Kevin Owens on the final pay-per-view to WrestleMania so you can put the title on Goldberg is absolutely pathetic and is the reason why a lot of people don't like watching the WWE and the reason that people basically detest the booking in the WWE. Now, before I go, I also want to get on to something about Rusev, why he was seemingly buried last night. If you didn't see it, he did a little impromptu match with the Big Show in which he was destroyed by taking 3 choke slams and a knockout punch. The outcome of this match was discussed by Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez on Wrestling Observer Radio. They were kind of confused as to why it was booked, so Rusev just got his ass handed to him. Meltzer questioned that somebody in the WWE could possibly be mad at Rusev, which is why Big Show was booked to dominate most of the match the way it ended. Alvarez hinted that Rusev could possibly have heat with officials after he cut all his hair off. Dave is unsure about this theory, but he did find it extremely odd the way he was booked. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Rusev has heat, maybe, because he cut his hair off. Meltzer suggested that the more likely outcome could be is that they have something big planned for the Big Show, presumably in the Andre the Memorial Battle Royal, because his match with Shaquille O'Neal is likely to be off, and in that case they want to let the Big Show go into that event strong, as it doesn't currently look like Rusev has much plans for WrestleMania. As always, guys, let me know if you enjoyed Fastlane last night. I'm really interested to know if you actually did enjoy it more than me, what you thought about Goldberg and Kevin Owens especially. As always, this has been Dedicated to Wrestling. Until next time.